Hello everyone and welcome back to Time to Play DK64 Part 22! And I need to get out of this room, because I don't want to do this minigame again, but... doesn't? You mean I can't leave this room unless I actually beat the minigame? No, there's always my way out. Of course that means I also have to do a couple of those setups again, but... It's better than having to do that minigame, or at least attempt it, and there were some comments that were telling me that there were ways that I could do it. I think, specifically, the ones I remember were from Zakariko and Zany Witch 7 that said that if you pause the screen when it, just as it's about to go up, you can see where the banana is about to come up. But I'd rather not cheat the game, even though it feels like the game's cheating me. So, for this episode, I'm just going to wander around. I'm going to do whatever I can. No real clear idea of what I want to do, but I'm going to find out whatever I can around this area because it's so... Well, there's still a lot of areas we haven't explored yet. But that also means that with the exploration comes more generic Q&As. And our first one comes from... Trying to make sure I read this one right. Luciano Bartoloni. I think I did it justice. Did you ever think you would be here, YouTube, 5 years ago? Where do you think you will be in another 5 years? I mean, I was kind of hoping I would still be here in 5 years, doing better than ever, but honestly, it feels like I've been kind of doing worse than I was. I think my best year was actually 2013. View count-wise, not quality, I think that's better. I'm hoping I'll still be here in another 5 years and doing way better than I was in 2016. 2017, please don't let me down. So, yeah, hopefully I'll still be here and I'll be doing better than ever and, how come that's not working? Does that only work at night? Or is there another, or is there a switch somewhere I need to activate for that? Huh. Guess I'll go explore around with Diddy then, see what I can pick up for him. Alright, our next question comes from Mr. Ender Yoshi. Would you play Undertale? If so, will there be a review for it? I kind of get the feeling that these questions will never stop coming unless they actually do play Undertale. But I would really like to see a... Oh, wait. What the... Okay, is the game really trying to cheat me right now? Or is that something I can only do at night? Because that's just like... What? I mean, I'm hitting it with the right color bounce, but you're not letting me in, so... The only thing I can really think of is it has to be a night and daytime activation for this. But, yeah, I mean, I don't see anything else around. There's no other little switches, so that has to be it. Okay, sorry, your question. Like I said, I would like to play it if it came out on a console. If I play games on a PC, that's just going to distract me more from actually getting more of these videos done. I'm actually doing this as a small break from the new video series that I'm going to put up. I'm hoping to get that one done very soon. It was Challenger approaching, but I'm actually going to change its name to A New Foe Has Appeared. It's not nearly as catchy, but it does have at least a different title from everybody else's Challenger approaching. So out of respect to those who have already done this idea before me, well, now I've named it something different, so it doesn't look like I'm directly copying you. It's something everybody else has done, but having the same name, and there's already somebody else, Delzafin, I think that's the guy's name, who's already started. So out of respect for that, who did it like almost a month before me, yeah, it doesn't look good if I were to name it like the same exact thing a month after him. I guess it's good to be aware that sometimes, though I could say if I didn't know about it, it would just have been like an honest coincidence, and because it's such a good name to use. But going back to your question, I'm sorry for going way off topic there. If I were to play it, I'm not sure if I would do a review for it because I've heard that just about anything in the game is almost like spoiler territory. So if I were to ever review it, I have to put in like spoiler warning like directly at the beginning and just say like this review is going to cover everything. You should only watch it if you have already played the game or if you don't care, because at this point there's nothing more I can say that you guys don't already know. So I'm very sorry for that. Our next one comes from Zettersteel966 Mod. What is your favorite song from the DKC cartoon series? Oh You asked a very fun question, didn't you? Oh, by the way, I always love that animation. I'm not sure why, but it was like one of the most memorable things for me when playing this game, the whole transition to day and night. I mean, yeah, we already had Ocarina of Time, but this just seemed special just because of the charm with a little cuckoo clock bird. I don't know why, that just always got to me like that. But going back to your question, I actually did a list of it a number of years back. It's on my playlist, but it was never uploaded to my channel. It was put up on Push Start and on their YouTube channel. But my favorite song is actually "You Are My Little Evil One." It's so hilarious to me. I love the contrast. I love how he's like sweet and the lyrics are malicious, and you see these Kremling angels, and I guess that does work at night only. And just a little heads up, this is a post-recording note. I did such a terrible part of this part that I'm just going to go ahead and sing the song instead of just skipping the whole thing entirely, so you can see some of my biggest mistakes. You guys would like that, right? Well, too bad I'm doing it anyway. I'm looking for a prince, someone who can follow in my claw prince, an heir to pass the throne on to my son. The cruel name must live on, and what an honorable lineage it is, one filled with despots and tyranny, and... Excuse me. You are my prince, my little son. You are my little evil one. You are my heir, my precious brute. Your evil deeds will be so cute. You'll carry on my evil ways and take care of me when my scales turn gray to rule the Everglade. It'll be the best career move you've ever made. My villainy will be passed on for generations, and you will rule the universe with an iron claw. You are my prince, my little son. You are my little evil one. You are my heir, my precious brute. Your evil deeds will be so cute. I don't care what anyone says. I love that cartoon and the songs. I can sing them all if I want to. But I need to see King K. Rool and Smash before that happens. Definitely made watching this horrible, miserable failure a little bit more entertaining. At least for those that actually liked it. I was actually surprised I could hold on to some of those notes. Since I did so terribly during this, I figured it'd be best if I actually just concentrated while playing this, but I'm going to do the generic Q&As in the post-recording during the next part, so things kind of balance out. Actually, I'll go ahead and start the next question right now. Jonathan Youngs writes, how would you feel if Nintendo and Sega took the fanfiction Mario and Sonic New Chronicles and turned it into an animated movie? I've never read that fanfiction, and I really don't have much of a plan to, as in fact, I'd try not to read any fanfiction of Sonic. Regardless if it's of good quality or not, I'd try to stay away from the fanfiction of Sonic in general. Next up, we have Patrick Rosalowski? Sorry. What would you like to see added to Mario Kart 8 port/re-release for the Switch? Okay, actually, the most important thing I'd like is for them to take away something. Get rid of those stupid coins! I hate them! They are pointless! They do not help in the slightest! Just keep them on the ground and that's fine. If they do let you have an extra item, I can live with that. That might make the game a bit more fun for me, because I still have a lot of issues with the online as well. And I think I've said this before, there is lag. It's not the lag that we're all used to in Smash. It's more of a player-based lag. It's like I hit a guy over the cliff, or you make those jumps and you hit him with a Koopa shell, and they tumble over, but they keep going like nothing actually hit them. So yeah, I'd like that to be a bit more fixed, where knowing that I hit them actually has an impact on them. And there's also this time where it feels like I get the same item 3 times in a row. Even if it's a good item, I'd like to still get at least variety in my weapons. The last thing I want to do is be stuck with a coin for 3 freaking times. I've actually gotten, I think it was the star, like 3 times in a row when I was in 3rd place, and it still didn't help me that much. And to me, I haven't had as much fun with Mario Kart 8 as I've had with the other Mario Kart games. Well, aside from a few of them. But either way, if anything, I would like to see either of them just get rid of the coins, or I mean, I'm hoping that they did put in the ability to have at least a second item, because that would at least help. Fix up the online just a bit more. How about maybe add some battle mode tracks that aren't just the courses, you know, some actual real battle arenas? That'd be nice. And of course, a bunch of new characters and stages, because it just feels like it needs to have that. Or maybe some new items too. Just a thought. Alright, next up we have Zachariko. Wow, again? I guess you got a lot of questions to ask me, don't ya? If YouTube really isn't viable anymore, what would you suggest as an alternative? Buddy, there is basically no alternative. I'm sorry. Wow, I actually made that by the skin of my teeth at 50. Kind of forgot about that. But unfortunately, there really isn't. It's either be really good at YouTube and get like at least 50,000 views on each video, and then put out like a video almost every day. Which, yeah, it's pretty... I can imagine the stress that it goes on for a number of people. But if you can get the support behind you, it shouldn't be that much of a problem. But if you start off right now, yeah, you are going to need as much support as possible. You're going to need everybody liking, favoriting, subscribing, and sharing, and everything that makes your videos seem more appealing and want to be looked at by other people. I really wish I knew how to do that, but I think it's just go back to reviews and lists. But, well, I mean, I will be. But I still want to try and keep up the Time to Play series. But really, until there's another website that acts like YouTube, where it's just video content, and it's as popular as YouTube, this is still your best bet. I've heard of vid.me or vidme, but it doesn't really seem like it's taken off. But I feel like if we ever want to get YouTube better, it's going to need some strong competition. And I do hope VidMe starts to take off. Or at least another website that will do the same thing for videos. But it is what it is. We have to make the best of it. Our next question comes from Jason Wilder. Your name sounds familiar. Did you already ask a question too? Oh well. At least I think you waited already for it. So, who is your favorite Mario character? I think I've answered this years ago, but it seems like it's not really set in stone. Although I do think that possibly Yoshi is still my favorite character, but not to the extent where I need to play as him in like all the games. Unless, well, if I do go by the character that I usually play as whenever I get the chance, it might actually be Toad, but only in Mario Kart. I guess Yoshi comes to my mind just because whenever you can ride as him, or he's a power-up in the Mario platformers, I just get so happy to see him and know that we're going to do a bunch of crazy stuff together. Oh yeah, this part. Oh yeah, and he makes that sound too. I was always kind of curious as to why this wasn't like made into an actual boss for Fungi Forest. Maybe it was a boss and it was just like a concept, but it was recycled into this because it didn't have that much going for it. I mean, it's just little tiny spiders that come after you, and he spits webs at you too. So, yeah, I guess there really isn't that much, but I feel like they could have done a bit more. But I guess, I don't know, it just kind of like feels like this is something that they could have done, but they didn't implement it that well, but it was still like such an idea that they kept it for a part for her to get a banana. I don't know, I just feel like a giant spider would have made for a good boss in this game. But at least better than getting a copy and pasted second fight with Dogmada, or you remember that. I'm pretty sure you guys who are watching this already know about that. It just seems like, why didn't we get this? Oh well. Oh right, and the questions, I kind of forgot about them. Not the generic Q&As, but last time I asked you guys what was your favorite song in DK64, and a number of you guys said that you really liked the DK rap, which I was actually kind of surprised. Knowing how infamous it is, it's still nice to see that there's a number of people who actually really enjoy it. And as for me, there were other comments too. One of them really liked Fungi Forest music during the day, and a number of people also liked Hideout Helm, just for how dramatic it is. And I gotta admit, Hideout Helm is definitely one of the better music tracks in this game for me, apart from all the bonus minigames and such. And when you're riding on Rambi and On Guard. Oh no, just really Rambi. Rambi's like the better of the two. But what is the question I'm going to come up with for today? I'm starting to run out of questions for this, but I'm going to go ahead and say, what is your favorite mini game in this series? Like, you know, when you go into the barrels, which one of those is your favorite? Is it the slot machine? Is it get through the maze? Is it grab the coins? What's your favorite mini game in this one? And with that, I think we're pretty much out of time. I've made a kind of a quick episode compared to ones I've done in the past, but then again, I think that's pretty good, going at a nice decent pace. Didn't get a lot of bananas, but I thought these were the more memorable ones for Fungi Forest. I got a lot of questions answered, got to sing a song. I'm hoping you guys really like that. And yeah, I think with that said, just remember the question for this time is, what is your favorite minigame from the barrel bonuses? And with that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, everyone. Love ya. See you later. Goodbye.
Hey. Cool. Okay.